Alrighty, guys. So I got a question from Alex. He's one of the Patreon subscribers saying, what is the difference between a TR171 and an AT171? TR171 is what I call an OG BKT. This was their original tire that got popular with the side-by-sides, and they noticed that and said, hey, people are running our tires on side-by-sides. We should make some tires specifically for side-by-sides and make the sizing less confusing. So this is a 9.5 by 22. They changed that to be called a 37 by 9 by 22 to be less confusing, right? They used the nomenclature we're used to with ATV sizing instead of the agricultural sizing. But the thing I'm here to tell you is that these are very different tires. So this is a 9.5, this is a 9. Look at the difference in width. This tire is pretty easy to spin and will dig holes. This tire is really, really hard to spin and is actually a good performance tire. I do not like the ATs. I've run them in a couple different sizes. They tend to just dig holes. They made them lighter because you don't need the weight carrying capacity on a side-by-side. And they're supposed to have improved them for the ATV, but if you look at the way the tread's designed, it's a lot more steep. The edges are more square, where these actually have some more taper into the body. And they're skinnier. They added some funky design work here. They also added some funky design work on the side, whereas the regular TR looks more like a regular agricultural tire. All that to be said, I don't really like the AT BKTs. I think they kind of messed up when they made an ATV specific tire. They made them skinnier, which makes them easy to turn, which means belt drives can handle them better. Maybe that's what their whole thinking was, because these fatty OG BKTs just eat belts. But if you're going to run low gear reduction portals, this is what I would run. That being said, these tires are really hard to turn. They're designed for tractors to make maximum traction pulling a trailer, not to paddle your ATV through the mud, so you really should get a Tarachi Aztec. And if you want to keep your ride reliable, you shouldn't go over a 37-inch tire ever, because your ATV wasn't designed for that. The frame, the ball joints, everything is going to be problematic the bigger the size of the tire you go, and the wider you go, the harder it is to turn. If you're running these tires on a DCT machine like a Talon or a Pioneer, you need to make sure you have a low enough gear ratio in your portals to protect your clutches. I would go with the 37 personally.